The virtues of reciting Surah Al-Kahf on Friday. Let's talk about that. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today I want to share something truly special, something that can bring light into our lives, not just metaphorically, but spiritually as well. We're talking about the virtues of reciting Surah Al-Kahf on Jummah, Friday, prayers, or Friday. There are authentic hadiths from the Prophet, peace be upon him, that highlights its significance. Let me share a few with you. The first one, a light between you and the Kaaba. Abu Sa'id Al-Kurdi, may Allah be pleased with him, narrated that the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, whoever reads Surah Al-Kahf on the night of Jumu'ah will have a light that stretches between him and the Kaaba. Narrated by Damiri. Second point, a light from one Friday to the next. Another hadith tells us, whoever reads Surah Al-Kahf on the day of Jumu'ah will have a light that will shine from him from one Friday to the next. Imagine that. Subhanallah. Narrated by Al-Hakim. And then the third point, forgiveness and guidance on the day of judgment. Ibn Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, reported that the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, whoever reads Surah Al-Kahf on the day of Jumu'ah, a light will shine for him from beneath his feet to the clouds in the sky. This light will remain for him on the day of resurrection, and his sins will be forgiven between the two Fridays. That is amazing. So when should we read Surah Al-Kahf? The time for reciting Surah Al-Kahf starts from Thursday at sunset and lasts until Friday sunset. That means you have from Maghrib on Thursday until Maghrib on Friday to read it. So you can read it anytime between these hours, these specific times and hours. There is another amazing story that recorded by Imam Bukhari and Imam Muslim about a man who was reciting Surah Al-Kahf at night. His horse suddenly started acting restless. When he looked up, he saw a cloud of light surrounding him. He mentioned this to the Prophet, peace be upon him, who told him, keep reciting, for that was tranquility descending because of the Qur'an. Subhanallah. Just imagine that. You're reading this every single night. Moving on, Surah Al-Kahf can be used as a protection from the Dajjal. One of the most powerful benefits of Surah Al-Kahf is that it is severe as a protection against the Dajjal, the greatest trial that will come before the day of judgment. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, whoever whoever memorizes 10 verses from the beginning of the Surah Al-Kahf will be protected from the trial of the Dajjal, narrated by Imam Muslim. And this is serious reminders. This is a serious reminder to tell us not to only read but also memorize these verses. The trials of Dajjal will be deceptive, but the guidance of the Qur'an will serve as our shield. So we can use that basically as a shield, the Ayatul Kursi as a shield from the Dajjal, inshallah. And my final thoughts on this, I would say, brothers and sisters, including myself, we should make it a habit to start reading Surah Al-Kahf every Friday, even though it's not that long, but it could be tough on some people. Also for me, what I usually do to try to memorize Surah Al-Kahf, I will have my favorite reciter on YouTube, listen to it throughout the week, and then once Friday comes, I'm already familiar with the surah, and when I'm ready to read it, I have a book or a phone or whatever the case might be for you to use, and then I'll listen to the reciter that I listen to reading Surah Al-Kahf, and I'll just follow through with the Qur'an. So I'll have the book with me while listening to the Qur'an, and I'll just follow through and recite within my voice, trying to recite it. And then once I'm done, once I feel comfortable, I get to the point where I'm comfortable with, I can just pause the video and I will try to reread the verses that I went through using the reciter. And it just goes on and on and on. I have memorized a little bit, but inshallah my goal is to memorize the whole surah at one point, inshallah. Just to make sure we're protected from the shaitan and not to be deceived with all these worldly desires that we have. So and with that being said, that is my quick Friday episodes that I will be doing, inshallah. Every Friday I will have a video up talking about a hadith, talking about a quick story or a verse that I'm knowledgeable of, or anything that's related to Islam. And so that way it's not an hour-long podcast like my other videos. That's just a personal thing I want to do so I can get better and learn more about Islam in an individual level instead of having a group. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and happy Friday, Jummah Mubarakah, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.